We're not just entering a dangerous stretch of 2025, we're already in it. It's because of one single extraordinary event. 6 planets are colliding right now in a rare and very volatile formation. The result? A setup that could trigger unrest like the Watts riots of the 1960s, followed by suppression that feels like Tiananmen Square. My name is Lila, and this is Ask Me Anything, Vedic Astrology. This is the chart of the United States of America. But today, let's take a look at the transits, the planetary traffic jam causing all the trouble. What you're seeing here is a transit chart. The inner ring, right here, shows the chart of the United States where the planets were when the United States was formed. The outer ring, right here, shows where the planets are transiting right now. Think of transits like traffic. The planets are the cars. They move forward, sometimes backwards, sometimes they stall, and sometimes they collide. Right now we have a 6-car pileup. Venus, Rahu, Saturn, Ketu, and Jupiter, and Mercury. All influences clustered together. Let's break it down. Venus is the most benefic planet in the chart of the U.S., ruling the 4th house of domestic peace and happiness. Mercury, right here, governs the 3rd house of media, communications, border states, and propaganda. Saturn, right here, owns the 8th house, a malefic house, bringing accidents, obstacles, hardship, and taxes into the mix. Rahu, right here, signifies chaos, deception, obsession, and sudden calamities. Ketu, across the street here, brings disappointment, setbacks, delays, hidden threats, and sudden, inexplicable events. Ketu casts its influence upon this group of 4 planets here, already a volatile mixture. Jupiter over here, while usually thought of as a benefic, is actually a malefic in the U.S. chart. Jupiter owns the 6th house right here, the house of debt, conflict, litigation, and war. Jupiter casts its aspect 5 houses away, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, casting debt, conflict, litigation, and war like pouring gasoline upon a fire to this already very volatile mix. Here's the catch. These planets are within 1 to 4 degrees of each other, close enough to afflict. In systems approach astrology, when a malefic planet comes within 5 degrees of another, it damages its power and can cause tragedy. When a benefic, like Venus right here, is surrounded by malefics, it's like sending a ballet dancer into a bar fight. So what's the effect? Venus, our national peace and happiness, is getting hammered from every side by Saturn, Ketu, Jupiter, Rahu, are all afflicting it. This is a recipe for sudden unrest, violence, and a breakdown in national calm, aka riots. And unlike a brief planetary bump, this cluster does not break up quickly. Let's move ahead for a little bit to Wednesday, April 30th. You see that Mercury has moved on, but the remaining 4, Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu, are still clustered together and will continue to remain tightly conjoined and all afflicting Venus until May 9th. This is not a quick slam of the car door on Venus's hand. It's a car door slammed and crushing vulnerable Venus for 30 days straight. The pressure unbearable, the response explosive. We've seen this kind of unrest before, with similar tension, the type we saw during the Watts riots of the 1960s, and right now, the transits suggest we may be heading into a comparable level of societal upheaval. There is one more layer, Mars, right here. The planet of the military and national pride is debilitated. It's unhappy. It's weak. And until April 20th, Rahu is directly aspecting Mars, pouring chaos, tension into the armed forces, our commander-in-chief, and the nation's ego. Rahu aspects 5 houses away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rahu is at 3 degrees. Mars is going to be between 1 and 3 degrees. That's a very close aspect. Jupiter, again, owning the house of litigation, debt, fire, theft, vandalism, and war, aspects 9 houses away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, casting that aspect upon Mars. This could result in a government smackdown reminiscent of Tiananmen Square. So what does this mean? The United States is a powder keg ready to blow. The pressure is on. The trigger is set. My advice: lay low. Don't travel unless you must. Avoid arguments. Avoid conflict. And especially avoid crowds. And wherever you can, however you can, spread calm, spread peace. This is not the time to test the fuse. Please stay safe. My name is Lila, and this has been Ask Me Anything, Vedic Astrology. Bye-bye for now.